that you would have wished to do at this time, but you found time to come and be with us as we discuss the issues the issues that are with us now on career guidance. Maybe we can give 2 minutes. I can see some people still joining, and then we can start at exactly 7:35. Thank you. Good evening once again. Thank you very much for finding time. We said we are going to start at 35. It's exactly 7:35. Thank you so much for finding time to be with us. Before we start, I would like us to start with a word of prayer to give thanks to the Almighty Father for giving us this opportunity. My name is Margaret Waithaka, and I will lead you in a word of prayer. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty and ever-living God, we bow before your holy presence. We give you thanks. We give you praises, Lord, for who you are. We thank you for giving us this opportunity to be here and even to learn more about what pertains to our children, our schools, and the future of this country. Thank you, dear Heavenly Father. May you give us wisdom, may you give us knowledge, and may you give us the ears and even the knowledge so that we may understand and may have the knowledge of what is going to be spoken about. We are praying for connectivity. We are praying for the many others who are joining in, that they may be able to come and join us. We thank you and we honor your holy name. For it's in Jesus' holy name we pray and believe. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Can everybody hear me? Mercy, can you hear me?
Yes, very well and clear.
Okay. Thank you, team. And thank you, everybody who managed to come here. I would like to let you know that we are live on LinkedIn. We are also live on Facebook. Our online webinar today is Career Guidance System as a Strategic Investment for Schools Today. We have quite a number of people. We had over 120 registrants. Mercy, maybe you can start recording so that even for those who will not be able to come, will be able to see the discussions that we are going to have. This is a very pertinent topic when it comes to CBC and even where our education curriculum and where the future of our children is going is very, very pertinent. Let me first start by introducing myself. I am Margaret Waithaka. I am the director and administrator of in College of Career Guidance and Development. A little bit about myself. I am an expert with over 15 years experience in career guidance. I run Discover Your Career, and I'm also the founder of one of the co-founders of College of Career Guidance and Development that I'll be letting you know briefly what it is about. I've also been involved in national curriculum and policy, where I've been serving as a KICD panel, advancing career development within CBC. This is where we started from PP1 until now. We still work a lot very closely. I'm also an author. You can see the book that is on the end, on the side. I know some of the teachers also have seen this. And I have authored the Discover Your Career workbook that is used in Kenyan school. Of course, in 844, we are in the process of also looking for this curriculum. I am also a sector leader, founding board chair of Career Development Association of Kenya, that is CDAC. I can see some of my members here, and even those who have not joined, I'm sure they'll be joining later, collaborating a lot with development partners, and especially the government partners and agencies in doing different things on this space of career guidance that is we are very passionate about. A little about CCGD. Who is CCGD? Who is College of Career Guidance and Development? For those ones who've not heard of us, we are a school that is registered by the government of Kenya. We started our operations in 2021 because we were registered in 2020. Our objective is to offer training and resources on career guidance and development. We offer skills and development. We offer career resources and information on this sector, and we target students, youth, teachers, staff in career services, youth programmers, individuals, and even the development partners who work in the different fields of this sector, and especially those who are working with youth in communities. Our services are mainly we do training services on career guidance, where we offer a diploma and short courses on career guidance. This is a diploma that has been registered and accredited by KNQA. I think we'll be seeing that. We also produce career learning resources. We have developed quite a number of them. Some of them we'll be sharing with you. We also do a lot of content development in this sector, where we consult with the government and other agencies, and with very many schools that we have worked with. We consult in this sector in career guidance. Right now, by the time that maybe this end of this year, you'll be seeing a lot of stuff that we have worked alongside the Ministry of Education on areas on CBC on career guidance. That is what we do. So today I would like to present to you our main speaker for the day. That is Dr. Mercy Maina. She is the head or director of learning and development and research in CCGD. A little about Mercy, because this is an area of great passion when it comes to this. She actually did her PhD on this sector. She has over 25 years experience in career guidance, where she has practiced in Kenya, the Eastern Africa, and she's also the co-founder of CCGD. She does a lot of skills development. She's a leader in that sector, where she delivers practitioner training, including the KNQA Level 6 Diploma in Career Guidance and Development. I think she'll be mentioning about it later. She is also has led in development of national and regional career guidance frameworks, standards, and guidelines for those who are in the education sector, like UNESCO, ILO, and the government ministries, because we work very, very closely together. She's also the head of standards and guidelines at CDAC, the East Africa Career Development Association. There is also an association in the Eastern Africa. We sit on both boards of CDAC and EACDA, where actually our work is to advance professionalism. So Mercy advances professionalism, ethics, and practitioner certification in this sector, so that it's able to be taken seriously. That is about Mercy, and I will stop sharing so that Dr. Mercy can come in and tell us more about the talk for today. Welcome, Mercy. I'll stop sharing and then you can go ahead.
So thank you, Margaret. Let me. Okay, and thank you very much, Margaret, for that. I'm not sure whether my video is okay.
Yes, it is, and we can see your slides.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I ran the topic of the day, as Margaret has already shared, and thank you very much for joining so that we can have this conversation together. So career guidance as a system, as a strategic investment for schools today. So before we do that, there are real facts I want to share about within the school system, what happens in the school systems. We have education systems are shifting from content mastery to competence mastery. And we also schools are judged by learners' outcomes and not enrollment alone. And learners face rapidly changing labor markets and often experience unclear. They are not very sure about the pathways that they are going to take. And without guidance, schools risk producing unprepared and misaligned graduates. These are facts on the ground, and these are many reports that have been able to produce this. I have... Okay. I want us to share something in terms of what do you describe? How would you how would you describe your school's career guidance, whether it is intentional? And I want you to stop sharing so that we can do an interactive one. Sorry.
I've already shared on the link. Please click the link and then you'll be able to answer the question.
Okay. So we can find the people. Have they been able to start responding?
I cannot see. Kindly click on the Mentimeter.
Yes.
Put it on the link and then you can. Yes, I can see. Yeah.
We can see. Yeah. How would you describe your school's career guidance? We have only 2 people. Oh, okay. 3. Structured set of activities. We are still waiting for response. Only 5 people so far.
You can also go to the QR code that is on the screen. In case you have an issue, you can always scan it and then it will be able to guide you here.
Only 5 responses so far. So, Margaret, are there challenges in accessing the link or the QRD?
I am not sure. Are there any challenges from you?
Okay, yes, yeah. So we have structured, we have 2 set of activities. Only 1 person has said we have 6 responses. In one next minute, I think I will stop. Yes, intentional. Maybe we can.
Okay, that's representative. Akimasi, I think you can go on even as we can show it later.
Okay. Okay, so some of you have mentioned intentional, reactive, structured, or set activities. We want to understand the definition of what career guidance is and what career guidance systems are. And one is that career guidance are services and activities that are intended to assist individuals at any age, at any point throughout their lives to make educational, training, or occupational choices, and so that they can be able to manage their careers. So career guidance is not just for students, it is for everyone. So it should be intentional, and so that individuals can access the services at any point of their lives, whether they're going to make educational choices, whether they're going to upskill, or whether they are going to change their careers. And this has acceptably, in terms of global standards, this has been the one that has commonly agreed as the baseline definition of what career guidance according to Global Career Month, where we have all agencies advancing career guidance, all the agencies, UNESCO, ILO, the European Union, ETF, all this. This is what they have commonly agreed that this is what career guidance is. So if you mentioned that your services are intentional, you're on the right path. So, and what about career guidance systems? These are coordinated set of policies, people, tools, and processes that ensures every learner receives age-appropriate, continuous, and evidence-based career support from early years through transition points, either from junior school to senior school, from senior school to learning to higher institutions of higher learning, and from institutions of higher learning to the world of work. And even within the world of work, people still change their careers or they move from one level to another. So career guidance systems must be then therefore be coordinated through policies, people who are trained, the tools that are necessary, and so that in a systematic way so that every person receives the guidance that is needed for them. So therefore, as a career guidance system, the strategy is therefore is to move from isolated activities to a structured, intentional, and professional approach that supports learners' career guidance across time, whenever they need it, across class grades or class levels, and then the whole school. So for us, in terms of the school, we need to be reflecting about our school, the kind of career guidance we are offering, and be able to move so that we can achieve this strategy of moving from isolated activities to a structured, intentional, and that also has a professional approach so that it supports all the learners at any time of their lives. So another one, I want also to start again. When you think about career guidance in your school, what activities come to your mind? Again, scan this the code, and Margaret, you can also share the link on the
Yes,
chat.
I've shared the link on the chat.
Okay.
Please click on it, and then you would be able to answer. It's on the chat. Anybody having a challenge?
Oh, yes, yeah, they're here. Yes, we are doing about cloud. So if we write as many, that would be good. Yes, psychometrics, career talks, career fairs. These are only 3. Course selection. Awesome. Selecting pathways. Soft skills workshops. Nice. Employability. Nice. Career fairs. Mentorship. Mind mapping. Market ready. Okay.
Nice.
Recent work. Excellent. Alumni connection. I think this is moving faster. We have 10 people. Market ready. Field trips. Well done. Yes, none. Okay, and I think we can end there. I think we can see the kind of the activities that are taking place within our schools. Okay, let me stop so that we can at least move on. And this gives us an idea of what is happening in the schools. Okay. So when we've seen the activities, it's like this is some of the activities that are taking place in our schools. We have career days, we have career talks, we have mentorships, we have field work, we have psychometrics and etc. I wonder whether all these are structured or whether is there a program that is also prepared for these activities. So career guidance system is more than a single career talk, a career day, or a motivational session, or the mentorship programs that take place in our schools. And so, why do we need career guidance systems in our schools? There are several ways or several reasons why we have this. Is because CBE requires informed pathway choices. And so therefore, a system ensures decisions are developmentally appropriate. That is why they are age appropriate and that are offered at different class levels, not a one fit for all. Then it should really be based on interests, abilities, and competencies of the learners, and should be guided, not random or parent imposed. So for that reason, then there should be intentionality. There will be the professional approach. Then career guidance and development is a process, not an event, and therefore it develops careers for learners and for every person develops over time. And so they require continuous support and not a one-off intervention. So we have activities for self-awareness, career awareness, career exploration, career decision-making, and also transition points. So this is not an activity that can take a place. And if I offer a career day, if we have a career day or we have sent our students to go in an institutions of higher learning, then and we think that we have solved their problems, that is not it. So we have all these activities that need to be done at different class levels. So this is why it is not an event, it is a process. The other element is that professional accountability and quality. A system ensures that it has trained and qualified staff to handle career guidance. And then there will be consistency in terms of documentation and follow-up of the activities. And then all this must be aligned with the CBE's expectations and the school policies. Equity and access. So a system ensures that every learner benefits, not just those who ask. It's for every learner and at every class level. So and then the supports for, and also should also be remembered to include diverse learners, the special needs, the low achievers, the disinterested. All of them must be able to ensure that everybody access these the career guidance services. And then should also be helping in terms of, it should be responsive to gender and other inclusive guidance activities. And then the last one is the systems reduce risks for school. Without a system or without a career guidance system, schools face wrong pathway placements, learner disengagement and dropouts. And then you also have the element of parent dissatisfaction and complaints. And I'm sure we don't want to hear the complaints that are when the parents come and complain that my child had chosen this and this is what the school said and all that. So we need to be able to reduce all those elements of dissatisfaction and complaints. Then we should be able to have a career guidance system. So why is this important? It is important for learners because it enhances their career awareness and be able to know what options are suitable for them, aligns their interests and strengths with suitable career paths. It supports informed decision-making at critical educational transition points. So we say those leaving junior school and going into senior school, then they should be informed. They should be, a career guidance system should be able to support that informed decision making, and also contributes to students and motivation and engagement. When a student knows what they want, and when they are, and their aspirations, then it becomes easier for them to, we don't need to push them. They become more participants in terms of what they want, and they also are not pushed to, or forced to choose some areas because they can advocate for their rights. Then for the school, it improves overall learners' outcomes and success rates, reduces dropout by providing clear pathways, builds a reputation for progressive student-centered education, and then facilitates data-driven planning and resource allocation. When we know what our learners want in terms of supporting them, then we know that we need to have either what resources do we need to provide so that they can achieve their career goals or their dreams or aspirations. Therefore, career guidance is also now, it's in terms of importance, in terms of strategic value. It prepares learners for future workforce demands. It bridges that gap between education and industry needs, and supports lifelong or long-term institutional goals of student success and community development. But so what are the key features of career guidance if you're going to have them in terms of your delivering as a part of the services that is intentional, that is supposed to give the learners the activities that are to help them make informed choices of their education, training, and employment or opportunities, then what are the key features? The key features of career guidance should be diagnostic. So that's why we need to have, each learner needs to know themselves, their interests, their passions, their abilities. So we carry out, that's why we use the assessment tools. I saw psychometric, there are schools that use psychometric. So that is a diagnostic tool so that they can help the learners know what their interests are, what their abilities are, what are their aspirations and etc. It can also be preventive, so that we, in terms of, if the students do not know, we can educate them. We also provide advice, we can advocate, and especially for those who do not know how to speak for themselves. And then we also can mentor, we can also coach. And that's why we have mentorship programs, we have career education within the schools, work-based learning, and we also have advising services within our schools. Then the South Career Guidance also adaptive and resilient. And for any activity to take place, we also need information. We just said the labor market, as a fact, is the labor market is completely changes. It's very dynamic and it's ever changing. And so information for any learner to be adaptive, we need to provide the right information that is up to date, and also encourage them in terms of building resilience, in terms of engaging with lifelong learning. And then therapeutic, we have also other learners who may not be able to make decisions for themselves, or they have challenges of making decisions, even when they have been given information, even when they have been mentored, whether they have engaged or participated in an advising session, they still do not want to make decisions for themselves. So this becomes a case of therapy, and so that we can be able to sort out career problems. And this is the role of the career counseling, then how it plays. So the key features will be diagnostic, preventive, adaptive, and resilience, and then therapeutic. So what should schools do in that case? The best practices in terms of career guidance content for learning institutions, it should start career awareness and self-awareness should start in early years. Then from there, we have exploration in junior school, primary and junior school, and then preparation in senior schools and training in the skills training that is in higher education and in post-secondary education. So in early years, learners should build awareness of different career fields that exist, and where they also develop their self-awareness skills, knowing and what their interests are, or understanding the kind of jobs that are available, the kind of people, the kind of work that people do, even from the family level. Then exploration, once they have exposure to that awareness, they are not making choices, they are only being made. I mean, it's an element of understanding or knowing that this exists, And then now, as they go into, they grow into the next stages of their life, transition into primary and junior school. So they start now refining the understanding of what careers are, depending on what do your mom do, what do your friends do, your relatives do, and then after that, then they can be able to now to exposed to exploration activities, researching, job shadow activities, company visits, institutions of higher learning, and etc. And then preparation, then once they do that, as they make choices for senior school pathways. And then in preparation, the learners develop the knowledge of the skills needed for specific careers based on the pathways that they have chosen as they consider the post-secondary education. So I want to go to TVET, I want to go to the university. This is the period at which now, through that preparation stage, that they should be making those considerations. And finally, when they go into the higher education, they enroll in their courses, and then they build career skills through the courses that they have been placed or they have chosen, and then through industry attachment and internships, and then this prepares them now for the world of work. That is the best practice. But here again, now we start in the junior school. That's where career guidance has been positioned, but we'll be able to bridge that gap in terms of the awareness, because there are guidelines that are being developed in this case. So what should a successful career guidance system look like? One, it should be anchored on policies. In Kenya, we have Acts of Parliament, we have the Ministry of Education Sector Policy and Strategies, the framework, the curriculum framework, and then the guidelines that have been, several guidelines that have been developed. So in Kenya, we have the National Career Guidance Policy and Counseling Policy that was developed, that was launched in 2024. That are under the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. So that gives us the anchor through which career guidance can be operationalized within our institution and within our context. Then we have the Act of Parliament, the Basic Education Act of 2012, and then that also has given the issue of the policy in mentorship policy for early learning and basic education that gives ideas of how career guidance can be done. Then we have the basic framework, curriculum framework by KICD, the one that is now being operationalized, and I'll be able to share how career guidance had been anchored. And then fourth, we have the guidelines for establishment career guidance in junior schools, that the guidelines that were published in 2023. And then we also have new guidelines that are yet to be published, guidelines for career guidance in junior school and pre-vocational schools. And there's also another guideline for placement of students into the senior school. So these are the anchors for a successful career guidance in our school systems. So when we think in terms of how career guidance has been anchored within the national goals, there are two goals of the national goals of education that promote individual development and self-fulfillment, and then develop learners' interest, talent, and character development for positive contribution to the society. So that, again, career guidance now speaks. It's already been mentioned within the national goals. The mission of the CBC then is the nurturing every learner's potential. And this, again, career guidance is now, how do we nurture and what activities can we organize at the school so that we can be able to nurture every learner's potential. The guiding principles 1, 2, and 6 talks about opportunity, that the needs to be identified, the talents and the potential of the learners must be identified. And then the excellence, that the learners must be, their potential must be nurtured, and their areas in terms of interest and ability must be nurtured. And then community service learning, so that they can be able to apply the knowledge that are acquired through the school system or the learning areas to real life situations. And again, relevant academic learning that promotes career development. So when you think in terms of pre-vocational school, the pre-technical subjects, the technical subjects again provide that area of career development. Then we have the core principles number 7, learning to learn and lifelong learning. So it has 4 pillars: academic development, to know, that is the subject matter; career development, to do or to work; and then personal and social development, to be; and then community involvement, to live and live together. So these again are part of the core competencies number 7. And then within the theoretical frameworks, we have Gardner's multiple intelligence theory that has 9 categories. And through each one of them, if these are applied, that we'll be able to find and help our learners identify the careers based on their learning areas and how they learn, and also how these the categories, the multiple intelligence categories can help them in terms of mapping the career opportunities within each area, the 9 areas that are mentioned. So in the guidelines that were published in 2023 on how to operationalize career guidance in junior school. So this is under the learner support programs, and career guidance will be implemented to help learners choose appropriate career paths. In this case, the leadership of junior school and pre-vocational schools shall. These are the activities. Establish a department and a committee to implement and coordinate all the career guidance activities. Should be included in the school calendar, not an ad hoc activity, not an added on, not an extra, but should be included within the school calendar and the activities. And when it is part of the school calendar, then the reporting structures becomes easier. Then offer career guidance to all learners, not those who are interested and not those ones. No, we are not going to target to only those who are at the transit point. No, all the learners at different levels. Then sensitize all learners on career choices based on the CBE pathways, and then collaborate with parents, and especially because we know parents have they have a stake in the lives of their children, and so we should be able, the guidelines provide how parents need to collaborate. The school needs to collaborate with the parents so that they can guide their learners or their children to choose the pathways based on their abilities and their interests, and not imposing their own ideas. The utilization of services of experts and career choice and modeling. And so there is also the guideline also provides that there will be people who are going to be approved by the Ministry of Education so that the schools can utilize the services of these experts. These experts are the people who are trained in career guidance. And then Margaret's association, the CDAC association, is in conversations with the Ministry of Education, so that those who have already been trained can be listed as those who the schools can be able to access and be able to use their services. And then expose learners to job shadowing and other experiences to nurture them into the future career opportunities. Then exposure means exploration, career exploration, so that they can learn more and be able to, so the more they learn, the more it's likely to inform, to help them make informed choices. I have no idea what has happened. Share again. Yes. I have no idea what has happened. Okay, so what makes up a good school guidance program? One is that the policy and leadership, the school policy, the school should have a career guidance policy, and then have a leadership oversight and ownership. And so that when we have a policy, there'll be the leadership, the school leadership, and there'll be the ownership of the programs, and also be able to provide clear mandates, who is responsible for what, and what are the areas that needs to be covered within. When we say that the school needs to have career guidance put in the school calendar, the calendar must be based on what? Based on a policy. So schools should be able to develop a school career guidance policy. Then again, there'll be the resources. Once the school has a career guidance department, needs to be resourced. So budgetary allocation, either for the physical space, accessing in career information, providing the personnel, the training, the capacity building, access to assessment tools. If there are any career events, exposure activities, they need to be budgeted for. They need to be allocated resources. Then trained personnel, teachers trained through short courses or qualification, and we'll be able to show you how the teachers can get trained, or people can be the personnel can be trained. Then we have the career curriculum. If then it's going to be part of the school calendar, then It should be part of the school calendar, and there should be structured career learning lessons across grade levels so that we know if they are junior school in year 7, what kind of career services are they good? Year 8, year 9, and at the point they be able to transition point into the senior school. Then in the senior school in grade 10, 11, and 12, then again we need to know what are the career lessons or the lessons, the learning lessons that needs to be to be given. Then assessment tools, they should be used by use of validated career assessment tools that measure either interest, abilities, values, skills, and etc. And especially validation use of assessment tools must be administered by a trained person so that it's part of the ethical uses that the assessment tools must be administered by a trained personnel. Career exposure or exploration, so either on pathways, labor market information. If we have to organize activities to the workplaces, then we have to partner with industry. If we need more information about courses within the post for higher training, then we have the partnerships with TVETs and universities. So this is again gives career exposure. Then parental engagement, parents needs to be guided on careers, and especially also in terms of giving them the support so that they can be able to support their children. Monitoring and evidence. So again, all these monitoring activities should be part of the policy so that the records of career guidance activities, their learner portfolios, these are the evidences that career guidance has taken place, transition tracking, completion of assessment tools, parents and learner satisfaction surveys. All this will be able to give feedback on how whether the career guidance is being offered and is being implemented in a way that is beneficial to all the learners. And then there are risks, again, in having a system, there'll be risks. And there are 3 risks that career guidance can be tracked. There are risks that when we think in terms of that the work that needs to be done to be put in the career guidance system, then we'll have people still feeling that it can be added. It should be treated as an ad hoc activity. Having untrained staff handling career guidance and lack of leadership oversight, and especially where there are no policies. So mitigations to this, we'll have the formal school policy with clear roles and accountability, creation of a department and that is also resourced, and then regular reporting and reviews. So if we have a careers department within the school and has been put as part of the school policy, then within the department, when there are departmental meetings, there should be an element that there'll be a report that career department is also going to provide. So, but what can for CCGD do for you? We have 3, as what Margaret had said, our support would be either in training services. We have a career pathing platform, and we also can encourage the schools to become members of the Career Development Association, either as individuals or schools. And we have the career pathing platform. Margaret can share the link. It has an assessment element that can help learners in terms of subject selection, course selection, and it also has a lot of open courses on employability. Then we have the training services that is tied in 3 ways: short courses that are capacity building that are maybe at maximum of 2 weeks, then macro credentials that can be marked to the diploma that is equated by K and QA at 3 months micro credentials. So you do a macro credential for 3 months, and then should you feel that you can still, it is mapped to the diploma, and then if you have 3 or 4 units and you feel you want to go back and complete and have a qualification, then that is how we do the micro credentials, so that map to the diploma, and then you can be able to do join and complete and have a qualification career guidance. So what has been, do we have a success stories to share? Yes. We have a lot of training we've done in schools, and I'm sure some of the schools are represented here. We have Machakos Boys, we have Alliance Girls, we have Limuru Girls, Moi Forces, Light Academy. There are many of them, Strathmore, both private and public. Then we have the TVETs and the staff of Office of Career Services, and then also career guidance in public employment services. So we have all training in career guidance. Then we also have in youth programs, the job search programs, the jobs projects, and that is by ILO, done church aid, GIZ, CBOs, and NGOs. And we also have been in part of the career guidance guidelines and framework. So the one for TVET systems by UNESCO, Ministry of Labor and Social Protection, the Ministry of Education, and ZISAFRIC. So these are some of the areas that we have been able to participate and be able to advocate for career guidance. So my parting shot is that without career guidance, CBE risks becoming theoretical. Then career guidance is a core school system, not an extra activity. So should be intentional, should be structured, and etc. And then career guidance systems are strategic, they are preventive, outcome driven, and central to learner success and school excellence. And that is what I have for you today. So over back to you, Margaret, and then maybe you can have a session of Q&A.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Mercy, for that. I can see a lot of claps that are going on. Yes, she told us about a lot the system that we can have, the action points, what we need to do, some of the risks, the mitigations, and even the way forward. She's told us a lot about things. Now, I would like to see if there is anybody with any questions. We can ask. We can ask the questions that we have. I have put in some links that you can see. I've also put in also a Google form for what you would like to have or what your school would like to have. I put in that you can put across. But for now, I would like to ask anybody with a question. You can either type your question or you can raise up your hand and have your question, and then you can ask. I'm going to make all of you, I want to allow your mics. I want to allow your mics so that now you can ask your question. So anybody can unmute and then you ask your question. Any question? Tabitha Modoni, this must be the Tabi that we know. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Anybody else with a question? You can unmute and then you can tell us. You can ask any question and then we'll be able to answer you. Hi, Betty Kimani, thank you so much. Yeah, you can unmute and then you ask your question.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Mercy. That was a very enlightening session. I'm just wondering, we're in the season of orientating parents in schools. I'm from the Marion schools. So I'm thinking the orientations usually take about 3 hours. So if I was just to choose one section, which would be the best one to expose people, the parents of grade 7, for example, they've already been in the CBE, so they know a little bit of CBE. But what is that one thing that they would need to understand clearly in grade 7 about career guidance? Because I think, let me just say, because what they know right now is the testing. They know people go and they get tested. But it seems to me that there is more than that.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Betty. Dr. Mercy can answer the question.
Yes, yeah. So even according to the new guidelines that are the ministry, they're yet to be published. So we have the levels in terms of the grade 7, we start awareness, the career awareness, and there'll be activities for knowing themselves in terms of their interest. How do they know their interests? What are their abilities? What are their passion? And then from there, then grade 8, we'll have exploration activities, and then grade 9, that is based on all, they combine the activities of awareness and exploration so that they can have decision making, action planning, and decision making in grade 9. So there's a structured way that we start, because the best practices start, the career awareness needs to start from early years. But in our situation, career awareness starts in junior school. So grade 7 will have awareness, grade 8 exploration, further exploration, and then by the time now in grade 9, they will be able to make the choices of the pathways.
Thank you. I hope, Betty. All right, Betty, I hope it's been answered. Your question has been answered.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. I can see Olawale, he's a colleague of ours from Nigeria. Thank you, Ola, for coming in. He said, kindly share more information about the 3-month training program. I have someone who's interested in such. So Mercy, they would like, Olawale is asking about the micro-credentials.
The micro-credential is one of the ways through which education systems, and especially since COVID, are encouraging people to get skilled in a given area within the shortest time possible so that they can be able to use those skills. So we give them the 3 months that is mapped to the qualification, and then they pick the areas that they think would be useful for them at that particular time. And then once they complete that, they'll be certified and they get a certificate, a micro-credential 1. And then after that, should they feel that they still have gaps, they continue again until they can complete and have a complete qualification in that area.
So what she's talking about is that it aligned to the level 6 KNQA diploma. And then Mark is asking, are short courses and TVET institutions good alternatives to university? Okay, this is about training. She's asking about our short courses and TVET institutions, good alternatives. This is our choices. So maybe Mercy, you can actually do the basics.
Where is the question?
It's in the chat. He said, are short courses and TVET institutions good alternatives to the university? So I want to imagine that what he's asking is that if you did not qualify for the university and you'd like to still continue, is there a way that this can be done from TVET all the way? What does KNQA, maybe Mercy, you can guide about the framework?
Okay. From, I think if I get it right, if this is a person who's just finished Form 4 basic education, they need to, in terms of progressing to post-secondary education, it can start from artisan certificate. And this is a skills development now area beyond, if you are just a Form 4 as a Form 4 person with no skills, you have now the KCSE certificate. So start with the lowest, depending on the entry point, but it also starts with you knowing what you want and what you're interested in. And then that way you can start from the level that you plug in at any level. So you can plug in as lowest as artisan certificate, diploma, degree, and then that way. So I hope that is the area. So in terms of this course that we are talking about, the career guidance, it is not targeting. The short course is not for a Form 4 student. It is somebody who already has a qualification, a first qualification, and is either a practicing person and in a given area, and they would want to give services of career guidance. I hope that clarifies.
Thank you. Please kindly switch off your mics, but I can see Paul's hand is up. We have 3 minutes to 8:30 because we are ending at 8:30, then we can have our parting shots. Paul?
Yes, Dr. Mercy and Madam Margaret. So my point of concern, this is a situation where maybe you have done with maybe your college, your course, and you get difficult also to get internship from the industries. How will it be very possible for those people maybe who have done that? They have completed their course, maybe to get connected with you.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. I know Paul is all the way from Lokitang. And we have the employment services, the public employment services offices across Kenya that will be able to help the students outside the school system. But you also can get the services of how to look for work through job search activities that are within the TVET institutions. TVET institutions use the Office of Career Services or visit the local public employment office that are all over. In Turkana, you can get one from Biashara Center in Kakuma. And then the others in Kitale, in Eldoret, in Kisumu, everywhere. So we have career guidance. They have been trained on how to support job seekers with career guidance and and the job search strategies.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Mercy. I think a lot of the other questions that are coming in here are more of other add-ons on the career guidance. What we are looking for, what we would like to do is that you can actually get into the Google form that I have sent, and then you tell us how you would like us to help you. We can help you as individual, as schools, in all the trainings, any kind of training in career guidance that you can, because I know that you can't answer all the questions when it comes to the areas like what I can see for the clusters and all that. So there is so much to learn, and especially in this space, there's so much to learn, and we invite you all, especially from different schools, that you are able to get through, as the Ministry of Education has required us all to do. So unless there is anybody else, or Mercy, you want to have any parting shot before we leave? Scholar, are you still here from CDAC? Maybe not. Okay, so I think we are coming to the end. We are coming to the end of our webinar. It is exactly 8:30. Mercy, unless there is anything that you need to say, but I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for finding time to come. I know it's not easy to have these webinars in the evening, but it's not even easier during the day. So thank you so much. But you can always reach us as out. Mercy, you can write our numbers. You can reach us out on areas, anything that you like to ask to support you in career guidance, either for your school, on personal level. We'll be there to do that. I've seen a lot of people telling me they were not able to, but we are going to share this link. We are going to share the recording so that now everybody is able to get that. With that, I want to tell you thank you once again, and may God bless you. May you have a great evening, and may you get in touch in case of anything that you'd like us to support you. Asanteni sana, and may God bless you. Scholar, I can see you came through. Scholar, you are still here, but now we have concluded. All right, asanteni sana.
Mbona network yako inasumbua? Ah?